Hello, welcome to my channel, and this channel is regarding the code and errors which we got during the Microsoft code development. In this video I am going to show the development of Azure application with the .NET Framework 3.1 and Azure AD authentication. I'm also going to show you how to publish the application with Azure AD. So let's start. Here this is the portal of azure.com. I have already taken the subscription. This is the user active directory. Inside users you should make sure that you are having a user where you want to authenticate to the application. So I have already added one user. Clicking on new user you can add another user. Now in this app services we can create an app service for a web application. Now here in this case I'm creating a new web application. My subscription is pay as you go. I'm selecting existing resource group and then adding a meaningful name to my web application. This creating app service is essential when you want to publish your web service a website on Azure. So since in this video I am also showing how to publish a website with AD authentication, I'm creating this app service. I've selected publish as a code. Runtime stack I am selecting 3.1. There are a couple of runtime stack as per the region. However, I am selecting .NET Core 3.1. The resource group app service plan. This we need to change because right now it's a standard S1. We can change as per our environment. I am in the development and testing environment. I will definitely not needed this much uh, size. So I'll select dev and test. Right now it is production. I'll select dev and test and the standard infrastructure just to show you. This is a free and it is having 60 minutes compute every day. That is a freeware. So for testing and our own exploring the code and Azure side, we can select this configuration definitely. I'm selecting that, applying. So now there are a couple of steps. This is monitoring. I am not going to show anything about application insight, so I'll say no right now. Then clicking on next. There are tags. You can identify your resources based on tags, so I don't need it right now. I'm clicking on next. So this is my final configuration over here. I'm reviewing it and then create. Creating a web app will take a couple of minutes. And see, there is a download a template for automation. You can download a template if you want to create a similar app service for another environment. You can definitely create this use this template to automate. Deployment is in progress. This will take couple of minutes as I said earlier. Now this is resource group is already created. This is a server farm and that's it. We are done. So now we have created a web application in Azure. And we'll get the URL on Azure publish website. So this is the URL. This is a normal web application just like the application which we create on IIS. We are having all the options of stopping the web service website, restarting it, there is a get publish profile as well. So if we download this publish profile, we can use this for a offline publish in the Visual Studio. Now let's go to Visual Studio and create a new project. We are creating a new web application with .NET Core and 3.1 framework. So it's pretty simple. Most of the steps are automated. I mean, all the steps are automated. We just need to configure the client ID, tenant ID, which we will get in later stage. So let's first type MVC. I'm typing it MVC. I'm creating an MVC application. And I got couple of choices. I'm selecting this ASP.NET Core Web App, clicking on next, giving a project name, location, and solution name is by default. Clicking on next. So project is getting created over here. .NET Core 3.1 authentication type we have to select over here. It's a Microsoft Identity Platform we are going to use. Then configure for HTTPS and create. However, in this case right now I have created using a template ASP.NET Core Web App. So it is having all the ready-made code in startup file. So we don't need to write any code for authentication when we are using ASP.NET Core Web App template. It has opened. Azure ID is having certain hard-coded values, as I mentioned earlier, tenant ID, client ID. We need to get it from the Azure itself. Now how we will get it? We need to create an app registration for the application which we are creating. So this app registration will make sure that we are having a binding with Azure AD. So now we are creating it. Give a suitable name over here. Select the tenant type. It's a single tenant and default directory only for me. Redirect URL is an optional one. However, when you don't enter it, you will get an error. We will not enter anything right now to understand the error. Let's register. So we are done with our registration. We got a client ID, tenant ID, and we will use this client ID in our application. Copy it and paste it over here in the client ID section. And next is tenant ID. Okay. Fine. So client ID is copied. Now we will look for tenant ID from the Azure app registration. Tenant ID is the directory ID. It's active directory ID. Pasting it over here. Now there is a domain. This is the active directory domain. we need to get it from the tenant information, and we will get that information from the Azure AD itself. So let's go back to Azure AD. So Azure Active Directory. Okay, here is the tenant information. You can see there is a tenant ID which we have already copied, and the primary domain. We need this domain. So copy it and use it over there. Fine. Then there is a callback path which should be like this itself. It's okay. Now we are done with the configuration. Let's start the application. See how it's working. Okay, it's opening up now. Now we got an error. Response type ID token is not enabled for the application. This occurs when we miss something in app registration configuration. Let's check it out what we have missed over here. In the authentication section, we are having add platform. In this, there are a couple of platforms. We are selecting web because this is a web application. Now see over here, ID tokens, implicit grant and hybrid flows. We are actually needed ID tokens to have an authentication to get succeeded. So we need to select ID token based on our web application, and also there is a redirect URL which we need to mention. So we have mentioned our local host URL over here, and we need to copy the callback URL from our Visual Studio, callback path from our Visual Studio, and paste it after localhost URL in the redirect URL section of Azure registration, Azure app registration. So we copied it, and then it's okay. Then say configure. Yes, we done. Now let's check, are we done with our configuration? Are we still getting that error, or we are done with that error? So let's rerun the application. And it's rerunning. Wow, we have resolved that error. Look at this, permission requested for the application, because this application is not published by Microsoft. I know this, so I'll give my consent and accept it. So here we have authenticated our web application with Azure Active Directory, and we are done. So this was with the local host. What we need to do when we need to publish our web application with authentication, AD authentication? In that case, let's do it. Let's see. Let's first build it in release mode. Couple of minutes. Build succeeded, and so now we can publish. So let's click on publish, and we will get options how we are going to publish. We are going to publish it on Azure portal. So we'll start, and we'll have the target. So Azure web service IaaS import profile. Import profile is the same which I said earlier, that we can have offline uh, deployment on Azure. Let's click now on Azure for the online deployment. Select next, Azure App Service Windows, and then click next. and we will get the option to re-enter your credential. So I'm re-entering my credential over here. Resource group. Selecting a resource group, and inside that resource group we can see our application. Selecting that and clicking on finish. Now after this we'll again get another error. So here it is getting published. It's asking Microsoft credential. I'm selecting my credentials. Enter password. Sign in. Now we got an error. The reply URL specified in the request does not match the reply URL configured in the application. This is very common error. This occurs when we are not having proper reply URL in app registration. So now in our app registration, we are already having reply URL for localhost. However, we are not having reply URL for our published application. So we can add our reply URL over here or create another registration. When it comes to authorization or some different roles, it's better to create a new app registration. But for now, we'll just have the the same app registration and we'll create a new reply URL. So we'll copy this URL from here and go to app registration and add reply URL. Append the sign in -OIDC over there. Oops, I've saved. Never mind, I need to append the sign in -OIDC over there. It's done. And the website is published over here with no error.